number pyramid. In a number pyramid, the numbers on the lower level determine the numbers above them. It's telling us that the number you will have at this highest level here will be determined by the number you have on the level before it. And the number you have on this level will be determined by the number you have on the level before it. However, the specification of the question is what will determine what to do to the numbers. The question might ask you to add, to subtract, to multiply, or to divide. Right. So let's take for instance now at this lowest level here we have 1, 2, 3, and the question says that we should add. Okay. For instance, we are to add, and so you want to know the number that will be here. So the number that will be here will be determined by the two numbers that are underneath it. And so if you add this 1 and 2 underneath here, you add them together, you're going to have 3. Okay? And so you want to get the number that is here, it will be determined by the numbers you have underneath here. Okay, and so that will be 2 plus 3. That gives us 5. Right. And for you to get the number on top here, you're going to add these two numbers together, and that gives you 8. That is for addition. So let's check for subtraction. So let's have this at the base level, and so we are subtracting. Don't forget, I want to know the number that will be here, since we said that the number that you have on a level will be determined by the number that you have below it, right? So now you had this, subtract this 4 from 5, so that will be 5 minus 4. That gives us 1. So 1 will be right here. And so for us to get this, that's going to be 4 minus 2, and that will give us 2. So here, and so to get this, it's going to be the same way, which is going to be 1 minus 2, and not 2 minus 1, not the way around, other way around. Okay, and that will give us minus 1. So minus 1 will be here. Let's look at multiplication. So let's say at the bottom line here we have 1, 4, and 2. And so remember, for you to get the number you have here, it will be determined by the two numbers underneath. And so we are looking at multiplication, right? That will be 1 times 4, and that gives us 4. So 4 will be there. Next is the number we will have here that will be determined by the number you have underneath, which is 4 and 2. That is 8. And lastly, at the peak here, we have 4 times 8. That gives us 32. And that is for multiplication. Alright, so let's quickly look at some questions. Okay, now let's look at this question. It's talking about adding together. Okay, adding together, but some are just missing. You can see the bottom line, the bottom level is incomplete. The level that is on top of it is incomplete as well, and so we still have to find this. And so it's addition. So that's why I said that the specification of the question will determine the operation you will perform on it. So this is addition, right? We need to find the number that will be here, and so we'll basically add this and this together, and that will be minus 3 plus 4. Minus 3 plus 4 gives us 1. So the number that will be here is 1. The next is for us to get here, to get the number that will be here. And we know that 4 plus the number here must give us minus 2. I think you should think about the number that you had to 4 to give us minus 2. I can call that number y and say 4 plus y, it could be a box. You can put it to be box. 4 plus y equals to minus 2. And what number will I add to 4 to give me minus 2? Think about it very well. And that will be minus 6. Because 4 minus 6 will give me minus 2. And so right here is minus 6. Alright, so for us to get the last empty box there, the addition, that would be 1 plus minus 2. 1, this 1, plus minus 2. And 1 plus minus 2 is like saying 1 minus 2, and that is giving us minus 1. So right here we are going to have minus 1. Okay, lastly, let's look at this 1. It's still addition. Okay, it's still addition, and so we need to figure out the boxes that are missing. And so for me, I look at it, if I want to figure out this, the two numbers that I need to figure out this is not present, and so it will be difficult. But right here, I can see that I have this place, I have this place. So it's easier for me to get this empty box here. How would I do that? What's the number that I can add to -1 to give me -4? I can make that number to be like y. So I can just say y plus -1. Then it gives me -4. It means that what number will I add to -1 to give me -4? Think about it. If I put -3, -3 minus 1, that gives me -4. It means that right here, -3 is given. I think you should watch my video on operation on integers. This will help you and will help you to get this right. Okay, so let's move on. Now that I have -3 here, it's easier for me to get the number that will be in this box by adding 6 and -3 together, and 6 plus -3, that gives me 3, because it's just like saying 6 minus 3. That gives me 3. So in that box, I have 3. And lastly, I have 3 plus -4. 3 plus -4 is like saying 3 minus 4, and that gives us 1. Okay, so lastly there, the answer to that apex box here is -1. This is how to go about number pyramid. Thank you for watching.